Can you hear me?
Hold on.
All right. We're not gonna save that information.
Huh?
We're not gonna save that information. If you can see the camera, I got the mic, like I'm night. I got this in front of me and I'm spitting right now.
It's gonna be a crazy day.
What? All right. How do I switch the?
I guess that's where you gotta be at sometimes, man. That's where you gotta be in your mind sometimes. You just gotta be on a wavelength where, like, it might not make sense to another person, right off top. They might be like, yo, what's up with Richard? Yo, what drug is he on? But to you, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You feeling yourself, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's up, man? How's your day been? What's been going on? Hey, thank you guys for coming to this streaming of the Power Planet and Meaningful Lingus podcast. If you listen to Hanoi Community Radio, so bless up, y'all. Thank you for spending time with us today. We dive right into it. So go ahead, Styan. My bad.
I was just about to say, Facebook got the petty vibe. I don't know why they say I can't.
It didn't connect us. I just did the whole thing. I did it again. I made.
They say I can't go. They say I can't go. I think Facebook.
Oh, right. You're telling me. You're right.
Because we crossed over. No, it's what happened. Because we crossed over into like a more of a business. So because my Facebook is crossed over to a business realm, they don't want. It's like for some reason they
want you to pay for that traction.
Yes, something like that. They pretty much told me, they sent me a like notification like, yeah, yo, you're not allowed to go live right now. And I think it's because we went live so much. And Instagram, I made a post about the album. Instagram was like, that's not what they called it. The terminology they used. They sent me a notification like, yo, is this pretty much saying, yo, you making money for this post? You making money? Huh?
But don't have
Instagram? I ain't making no money. This is just my music. I'm just like everybody else who posts music. They're like, you sure? All right, we'll let you know. They give you an option like, if we right, tell us we right. But if we wrong, all right, we're gonna change our policies. We're gonna change how we review stuff. But we could have swore you was affiliated with some type of business, and this is a sponsored post. You getting paid. You get paid.
And I think maybe because we tag. So I thought of that maybe so technically we are doing affiliations with Nomad Melody and Waffle Records whenever we do post things, but we're not like paid affiliations because they have an ability to do paid affiliations now. Like you can people that can pay you, and then they'll see that it's a paid affiliation with that brand.
Yeah, it's because of the whole TikTok thing and everybody getting paid.
Yeah, we're not. Post. Type of stuff,
yeah. Everybody getting paid to make posts left and right. So now they're like, you getting paid, ain't you? I'm like, nah, Facebook, I'm not getting paid. They like, nah, we don't believe that. I'm like, nah, Facebook. But Facebook, yeah, they said you can't go live right now, and they ain't give me like a time limit. They ain't just say you temporarily banned from it. So,
well, what about this? Next time I'm gonna switch it. To your professional profile. I'm gonna put it because right now I still have it going to your personal profile.
That's the thing. It should go to the fan page, and that's probably page. I actually don't know if I can go live on the fan page either. I probably should be able to, but they told me I can't go live on my personal page no more. And I'm thinking like, wow, because they don't want you to use your personal network for business. That's the whole thing. That like I'm not even on that tip, but some people on that tip. I watched a film about that where some people, they're not real people no more. They're like human advertisements. Like everything they do is an advertisement. They're only meeting people, only becoming cool people to advertise something. And I'm not really on that way, but that's not really where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, as a musician and as a I'm more like a lifestyle musician type. You know, I'm not like a person
Did you enter on another phone?
Yeah, I'm on my computer because I'm not doing it from the phone again, man. That was not the best way to do it. I remember you said it was good or something like that, but
I like the way it looks. The quality cool, from the phone is kind of cool.
All right, you want to see it like that? There you go. I'll make it.
Like, it, especially if it's like this. It's actually a better. I think it's actually a better type of. It gives more information and context as a.
I mean, I'll leave the phone running or something like that. You know, that's cool and all. All right.
We don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not.
No, it's not that I don't want to. It's just that the methodology, the overall methodology. Let me mute this one. Mute the phone.
Got you.
Yeah. The overall methodology of it. What? Why am I still getting that?
I don't know. You're muted, yo. The phone? Yeah, the phone's muted. Ask to unmute.
Nah, wait. I don't know what that echo's coming from. That don't make any sense to me. Oh, no, sorry. I gotta turn the phone down. All right, there we go. That's fixed. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I mean, you want the mirror thing, that's cool and all. I mean, I guess it looks cool to someone, you know what I'm saying? I'll set that up like that. All right, cool, the mirror thing. But yeah, I don't really want to do it from the phone like that.
What is your shirt?
This shirt is by my old housemate Jacobs. It's the good luck lost boy type thing.
Old housemate in Hanoi from back. Okay. I he's the one who made that. He's the one who made the ink, right? Misery Ink. Or is that the other homie?
I don't know what you're talking about now.
Misery Ink. The beat.
The beat. I made the beat. What are you talking about?
I thought you said you had a homie that from Hanoi that made the beat for Misery Inc.
No, he ain't make no beat for Misery Inc. He made some beats, but he
okay. I thought he made you one of the beats that you sent me. I think we were playing around.
I probably sent you some beats that he sent me. I remember that. That was my housemate Aaron. We all lived in the same house. Aaron made some. He made some dope beats. They were beats that I used them to perform live with Hero in Da Nang a lot, and I recorded some like demos with him, but I never made nothing that stuck kind of. So I still got those. I can get back at those in a minute. I made a song that they call Movie. It's going to debut this little snippet right quick.
I just started recording.
All right.
It's cool. We do the live stream now, so it's kind of like it's. But like I do forget. We didn't miss anything. Really.
You did a whole little intro thing. I don't know. That was kind of hosty. Like what is it? What is an MC?
MC?
Yeah,
master ceremony.
No, don't. That's what the letters mean, man. What's an MC?
An MC is someone that orchestrates a show.
All right. Okay, that's what an MC is in Vietnam. That's what an MC is in Turkey. That's what an MC is in France. What is an MC in New York? Do you know?
An MC is
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about all the. There's so many types of people who could possibly be MCs.
And I know.
What is an MC?
An MC is a mic controller, a person that gets on the mic and they drop bars.
All right. See, that's the question that everybody asks. Everybody always asks, what's the difference between an MC and a rapper? And then that's usually they say, a lyricist. And he's more lyrical. He can control the mic.
I feel like an MC is a stage presence.
Okay. Pause. Now, tell me, what is the significance of an MC?
Crowd control.
Okay. What is the significance of the MC in the African American diaspora?
Messengers.
All right, so nobody really thought about it. I watched some stuff. Yeah, I watched some stuff. People talk about it, and every now and then you'll see some intellectual post about it. But none of the rappers who are MCs like KRS-One might talk about it a little bit. Ice-T, somebody like that might mention it because if he's from California and he knows about like how the Black Panthers and the gang, how the gang community had something to do with the fact that people became MCs. So this is my interpretation of what an MC is as far as the highest definition and not what an MC is, but what's the significance of the MC to the African American diaspora is the fact that in the 1970s, in the 1960s and 70s, we already had blues, the beginning of rock, the beginning jazz, and which was crossing over into funk, soul, and eventually pop music. At that time, there was a lot of turbulence throughout with the emerging civil rights movement. And so you had a lot of that, and you had a lot of the leaders who were on like the CIA watch list, you know what I'm saying? They was like trying to shut them down. And those guys will all get like millions of people at one point or thousands of people in front of them, and they got a microphone, and they're like, listen, we need to do this, and we need to do that, and we need to motivate like this, and we need to move like that, and we need to take this into consideration. We need to take that into consideration. We need to understand that this is what's happening to us. All right. At the same time, they wanted to shut all that down. They was oppressing people around the world and then they used us to help with it by sending us to Vietnam to fight in that war. All right, so they sent us to Vietnam fighting that war. And then you got one of the most pivotal artists, two people who are the most important people who didn't want to be a part of that war, and they were super, super duper famous and mainstream. But one not until after and one before. Muhammad Ali, through boxing. That's why they say Muhammad Ali is one of the most important Black figures in history, because Muhammad Ali was popular as hell, could be on TV and talk and everybody would hear it. And he openly opposed the war. And they took away his championships for that.
Right.
They took away his championships for that. So now they try to strip him down from his position. Rick James came to Vietnam. And went AWOL. It's probably a lot of people who half Black over here from back then. That's probably Rick James. That's probably something I heard. There's a lot of them. It's a lot of people that were, children of the African American soldiers. But nonetheless, Rick James came over here and went AWOL. They sent him back to America. He went to jail for that. And when he got out of jail and he got back and doing his music heavy again, he didn't forget. Yeah, he went into the drugs and everything got to him. You know, that kind of took him off that path to being such a revolutionary. But he didn't forget. He knew that he knew why he was here. And he knew what he was doing when he came back. He knew that. So what happened was the thing about side story. Let's pause there. So we got Rick James, Muhammad Ali, people like that. They take his belts away, and they killed Martin Luther King while we was over there in Vietnam. They killed Malcolm X. Well, we killed Malcolm X, but Malcolm X was on their list anyway to be targeted anyway, and so they just let that play out with his own conflict that he was having within the Nation of Islam. All right, you pause that, and you go back to the Trojan, Roman, Spartan type era, and you remember the story of the Trojan horse. So there was a horse. The Troy was fighting Rome, and Rome had these big walls, and Troy couldn't really get in there. And they was like, "How are we gonna do it?" So what they did was they built this big wooden horse, and they got the most chill looking niggas. To walk that motherfucker into Rome. And inside the horse was their most brolic, go hard, ready to go soldiers was in the horse. But the mad chill niggas was outside the horse to walk the horse into Rome. So, boom, they walked the horse up to the gates. Romans looked down. It appealed to their ego, like, oh, they offered us a tribute. Open the gates. They bring them on in. As soon as they got it all the way in, boom, pop open. Troy soldiers hop out. Wow, 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 wow. We on the inside. We open the gate. Now everybody come in. Troy takes over Rome. All right. Well,
it's you mixed up.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. I don't care who they was at. Who was that? Where was they going to war with?
You're right.
Who were they going to war with though? Who was it?
I think it was Greece versus Troy.
Greece versus Troy. I don't know about that. I know the Romans had the actual empire. You could say Greece versus. Nobody talk about the Greece empire as being.
Alexander,
I think
great.
I think I don't know about that, yo. Let's see. I'm gonna go to Google because I rather not give the wrong information. We know the story.
Yeah, because they gave the Troy was the city with the big walls, so they gave the horse to the Trojans, and then they had a party.
Let me see. Let's read it. The story of the Trojan horse is well known. Mentioned at first, obviously, it describes how Greek soldiers were able. Oh, it's the opposite. So Greece went to Troy with the horse. Okay. Yeah. All right. So it was Greece and Troy. I got that shit wrong. Scratch that. Scratch the wrong part. But we know the story. The whole thing I'm really talking about is that they got the most chill looking niggas to walk the horse in there. Okay, so Greece took over Troy. All right, cool. They got they call it the Trojan horse. It makes me think the horse belonged to Troy, but it didn't. All right, work. Okay, so we got Greece and we got Troy. All right, cool. So Troy walks the Greeks walk the horse into Troy. Troy lets them into the walls. Boom, they come out. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Story of the Trojan horse. Now we go back to what I was really talking about to say, like the MC, the rapper, the lyricist, the musician, and the civil rights movement. Now, at one point, somebody had to have been conscious enough to say, yo, they ain't killing anybody who get up there and just start saying, rah, 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 rah. So don't do that. Say, la, 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 la. Or say, everybody, this is me, and I just came here to chill. And something. And then try to keep it chill as long as possible. And you had certain ones who kept it chill for a long time. And he had some that was like, fuck that. We not going to disguise it. We niggas with attitude and we going hard from the jump. Okay, look what happened to them. Oh yeah, one of them, two of them, three of them became some of the best iconic people we ever heard of in hip hop. One of them died pretty early. All right, but you know what I'm saying? What I see it as, the MC, the rapper, the musician, they was all people who more or less was using what the Greeks used to get into Troy. A lot of them kept it cool. A lot of them, some of them even came up with gimmicks and stuff like that. Some of them got into drugs and they just started having fun. They started fucking white women. They started making money off of white people. And they never switched it over. Some of them recognize, like, no, I'm not the generation that's going to do that. So I'm going to just keep it cool. We going to do-wop, you-wop, boo-wop. We not going to ever be revolutionaries. We're going to live and die, and we never going to switch over and show that we was about the cause the whole time. The MC was the one who was like, you know what? I'm going to be open that I'm about the cause, and I'm going to make people vibe out too. And it's going to work. And they the ones who pulled it off. They was out there telling you the real story, but they said it in a cool way. So if you listen. Now you recognize some of the ones that became the mainstream thing, where when you could say, like, where we crossed over that path, that the mainstream is really the walls of Greece. I mean, the walls of Troy that they entered, the mainstream. So once you got into the mainstream, you said, once we get over there, who is the ones who are going to pop out of the horse? We don't know yet, but that's what I see an MC as. That's why I see the importance of an MC. I watched a movie called The Darkest Minds. You saw that?
No,
it's okay. It's a movie about where all the kids got this disease and 90% of them died. But the other 10%, they were separated into 5 classes or 4 classes. Let me see. Orange, red, blue, yellow.
It's on Netflix?
Green. Nah, not online. Yeah. So it was 5 classes. Three of the classes were kind of cool, not dangerous. You got the green class, they just smart. Then you got the ones who can control electricity, and then you got the ones who can do telekinesis. Then you got the 2 dangerous ones. The one level breathes fire, and the other one can touch you or look at you and change your whole mind. They can control your mind. They can make you do whatever they want to do. When I saw that movie, I was like, that's what it is right there. That's the MC. The MC is the oranges in the movie, the orange ones, the ones who, you got the ones who spit that fire, but the ones who could actually control the movement. It was only 2 of them alive at the end of the movie, only 2. And they needed to find this one girl who was the last remaining orange girl. They needed to find her and bring her in front of all the people. And everybody she had their full attention because she could control people's minds. She can literally control an army.
Mm-hmm.
She has that power. Whether she knows it or not, they wanted her to actualize that ability. And that's, to me, that's what the significance of being an MC is. Controlling a crowd of people is kind of like a magic ability. And the ones who have that ability can actually spark changes in their immediate environment and the world as a whole. And you got a lot of rappers. I was listening to J. Cole. I was listening about the thing about the song 1985. You familiar with that song?
No, is that on the latest project?
No, it's quite old. So 1985 was a song J. Cole released in like 2013, 14, 15, something like that. What happened when he dropped this song? The song was telling the story about how they say it was kind of like targeted at some rappers such as Lil Pump. More or less, he said like, yeah, man, y'all wearing chains and jewelry and talking about pussy and money and parties. And all y'all doing is, y'all riding these trends and you using the social media stunts and everything to become popping. And you never gonna make it through that. And once your fans grow up, they're not gonna respect you no more. Your money gonna get light. And yeah, you were on a course for destruction. And Lil Pump and let's say they started a whole movement, a fuck J. Cole movement, where they was like, fuck J. Cole, because he the older dude, and he telling them it's like that. He coming at him like that. But it's like, even YBN Cordae made a song. He used the same beat and went back. And his song actually was probably one of the smartest perspectives of the younger generation to say, I'm still going to wear Gucci. I'm still going to rock my chains. I'm still going to flex. Yes, I'm still going to do that. But I recognize that it ain't all good out there. I recognize that it ain't all good. And this world ain't made for none of us to make it. So it don't matter if we do what you do. It don't matter if we do what we do. It kind of don't matter. The only thing we got is God. He says that in one of the lines of the song. And it's like, all right, I see you, YBN. You can't even hate on that. You can't really hate on YBN. YBN from Maryland too. You can't really hate on YBN for having his perspective like that. You be like, all right, yo, YBN kind of kept it real. And I understand where J. Cole is coming from. What I would say is that, the only thing that could be wise about it is if J. Cole's words could have got rid of 90% of the whack ones. He could have got to their mentality. So a lot of them failed because of that, because they couldn't handle hearing J. Cole say that. A lot of them failed. Like you got the one dude, what's the dude? I can't remember his name. He's like failed.
as a rapper. Like it didn't like go majorly his way. They allowed him, even Lil Pump or not, Lil Pump and different ones like that. They never gonna make it past a certain threshold because they're not gonna learn. But then that's why he was sitting down with 21 Savage. That's the reason he was sitting with 21 Savage, because 21 is one of the youngest who's like, yo, I was probably heading down that same path, but I had people who guided me. I'm not really from here like that. I know I'm on a different mission. I know I'm in the Trojan horse. I'm gonna stop wearing the jewelry. I'm still gonna make my same music when I talk about all I gotta done is my Glock and this. I'm still gonna say my shit, but I know I'm in the Trojan horse. I know that's me. I know when the time comes, I'm right there. And that's why when J. Cole dropped this album, what's the name is like, boom. In off season, I feel like off season, yeah, it's called off season, but I feel like I got a song where I say something about, you know, like the bottom floor is getting renovated, man. Like more or less they chopping out a lot of people who was on the bottom. You won't go make it past a certain threshold. Life is challenging you right now. That's what's happening. It's like getting rid of the, not gonna say dead weight per se, but it's kind of chopping off. Like right now, people who message me checking on me like, yo, I heard that 80%, 90% Westerners getting deported, or 90% Westerners can't hold it down right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I can't really say nothing about that per se. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is like, damn, is, you know, but with the next breath, I gotta be like, I don't know what's drawing. I don't know who's the one drawing the line. I don't know who's drawing the line. All I can say is there is some kind of line, yo. And people been talking about it for a long time. You've been warned. And like, you know, and so if you, another song I mentioned, like, you know, I talked about how, like, you know, I'm here today for a reason. Like, you know, I got a lot I can learn. I'm still learning every day, but I know that, yeah, shit ain't sweet, man. Oh, let's play a song. Skydiving in my AP, that's time flying, guess I'm having fun. Brand new chopper, that bitch levitating cause I let it run. I don't wanna waste, I'm deep in the shit. You don't wanna race, barely keeping up, bitch. I can get the tail and still be on the chase. That's why she give me face. I'm the king that won't play with the queen unless she ace. I'm a pioneer, this may be my year. Let's start with a month. I win when I want. Letting go of my past, not staying on my future. Letting go of my past, not staying on my future. Letting go of my past, not staying on my future. Letting go of my past, not staying on my future. Letting go of my past, not staying on my future. Letting go of my past, not staying on my future. Not staying on my future. Not staying on my future. Letting go of my past, cause you not staying on my future. You ain't even gotta ask. I don't even need a suture. I can heal myself. Ignore the questions más. Ignore the questions más. Sometimes you ignore the questions más. Ignore the questions más. Sometimes you gotta ignore the questions más. Ignore the questions más. Sometimes you ignore the questions más. Ignore. All right, that's enough of that one.
I was lit, yo. I like the first part. The first part of it was really nice. It was smooth. It sounded really good. I imagine you've mixed the first half a little more than the second half.
Nah, you're not listening. Nah, you ain't listening, man.
Well, the second half is a little different. The vocals is different.
It's definitely different.
It's more like a reggae. Becomes like a reggae thing.
Yeah, it's different.
Isn't that the beat that?
One alone, I'm in the head. I can let my team down low.
Hold on.
Who's that?
Nolan.
Hmm.
He wasn't rapping to that song. He just happened to be on that beat. What was it? I can't remember what the hell it was. I think it's probably just looking for something from the other day. I can't find it. I don't be naming stuff in a certain way anymore. Yeah, man. Like once again, like what I mentioned about the you ain't got nothing to say after that. You ain't got nothing to add to that. That all that shit I just said.
MC J. Cole. You said a lot, but definitely nothing that I can say nothing that I can say that would take it to a new level.
Looking for the words. Sometimes I can't hear them. What's a song with no music? Cooking up the acapella. I can bake without a teller. Rolling Stones at Rockefeller. I can light up this whole joint. Long as the beat on point. Whip up a hook that's way catchy. Your bitch run it back like she fetching. Don't be ingenuine. Pay the gratuity. Use ingenuity. Opportunity knocks. Don't be an op. Could have been Superman, but you not capable. You a neighbor this September. You and that, can you remember? Niggas ain't on our level. No, they ain't. You don't know where that level is. You ain't got a level head. You ain't got a level cuz. Meanwhile, my nephew's leveled up. My headache just been subsided. Remedies were provided. Migraines are the low end. I don't need no ibuprofen. Ibuprofen like a scuba instructor. Silence is golden like superconductors.
Might as well not say anything. That's what that song means.
Might as well not say anything.
Might as well not say it. The I don't know if you listen to it. That's you gotta listen. You gotta listen. I said the first thing I said is trying to find the words. Sometimes I can't hear them. The last thing I said is silence is golden like superconductors. And it just more or less I don't know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about nothing. The whole thing about it is from the perspective of all the things I just said, it's like I think the thing about the old niggas that got killed, niggas that got killed, a lot of them over-explained themselves or they remain so obscure, but they were surrounded by niggas who tried to explain everything. That's it. Some people over-explain themselves, and that's why they got murked. Martin Luther King. They told everything how it was. Boom, niggas like that. Huey, all them.
Because they laid out their, it's like you said, they laid out their plan.
Nipsey Hussle, niggas like that. They say all this, they say everything. And then you got the ones like more Jesus, the only one I can know who kept it very obscure, but he was surrounded by 12 niggas who felt the need to explain everything. They wrote down a book. They all wrote their own little take on what was happening. And that whole book started this whole spiral of what's going on right now. It didn't start the whole spiral, but it's a part of that pattern of once you over explain something a little bit too much. For me, the more or less I kind of see it that it don't matter to me.
Can we get Lester Wallace on keys?
It don't really matter to me so much whether I can say a lot or I can say absolutely nothing. Or I can say
we are lucky to find each other. No matter how long we stay together, caution to the wind, kick, push. I never hold back, I don't hold out.
I don't.
Rhythm injected, challenge accepted.
Exactly.
Champagne in the rain, butter in the sun. Lotus in full bloom. You picking cotton like you shopping fruit at the loom. Most niggas is drifters. The devil called them in the syphilis. A person who gives up their initial mission. I told her about my intentions. I'm an entire state builder inspired. You won't see those haters coming back like Terminator. I'll be back. Stunting in the elevator, bottom floor getting renovated. Then it's back to regularly scheduled programming. Nothing but free time, got a slow jam. This all of my holiness got me slow jamming.
I used to get the box, now it's no spamming. No need to go, I'ma go with no L's. Put a vampire in a full Nelson. I'm Van Helsing, bumping Van Halen, throwing Hail Marys, Terry Bret Hart. I need to keep you near, but now you're so doing me so far. But now you're doing me so far. But now you're doing me so far. No cafe for the tea. We live up on the moon. But now you're doing me so far. Yeah, man.
These feel like these would come out like on a EP, not even an album. And it'd be like a floating. It almost seems like the EP would be in a whole different universe, because these tracks literally themselves, I feel like, are in a completely different universe. Then at the same time, I could see this being but knowing from like just experiencing like you and the way your music has came from, I don't see you staying in this where you're at making this vibe. But like, because this vibe feels like really like lo-fi rain beats, but kind of really soulful.
Stop over-explaining everything, man. We just talked about that. What you explaining, man? What you explaining now, yo? What you explaining? I gotta explain something, yo. What you explaining? It's like, what are you explaining, yo? Ain't nothing to explain, yo. I had one homie. He said to me, yo, why are you talking now?
You're echoing.
I know that. I turned it on purpose.
Oh, sure.
Come on, man. What you explaining, yo? I mean, I get you. I do that same thing too. But when I be doing it, I be coming from a certain place. I don't know where I'm coming from. And if somebody was to call me on it, I'd be like, word, I don't know where I'm coming from right now. I don't know why I felt the need to say everything I just said. What am I explaining right now? If somebody would have called me on it, I'd be like, right, what am I explaining right now, yo? I ain't had to say none of that extra stuff right there. So even when you play me a track or something like that, and I'll be like, yo, this sound like da 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 la 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 la. If you'd be like, yo, why are you even saying all that? I'll be like, right. I'll be like, yo, as I was saying it, I was thinking exactly that. Why was I saying all that? But I ain't going. The thing is, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do what you do sometimes, where sometimes you say something and then you cut yourself off, and then you say another thing about why you cut yourself off, and it already too many things. I say, even when I'm saying something, I'm acknowledging that silence was the best thing I could have did at that moment. But however, we have a podcast. However, we have a radio show. However, I record songs. So there's a lot of talking, even though I value silence so much. It's weird. But I think, yes, silence is golden like superconductors. And a lot of people say they're not wearing jewelry no more. I understand. I understand why silence is golden and what to use that for. It's for efficiency. It's efficient. You don't go around saying more than what need to be said. But at the same time, even somebody who said a bunch of obscure things that didn't say so much, like in the Bible, it always seemed like Jesus' sentences were short. He'd be like, yeah, he that walketh through blah, 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 blah. And then he do something that means more than what he said. And he'll do something. He'll be like, and he spit in his hand and grab some dirt and put it in somebody's eyes and say, all right, now go. And that's the end of his monologue. You know, it's very short. I mean, I read the book, The Imitation of Christ. There's a lot in that book you can learn from that book. I was actually talking to Moega about a book called Outwitting the Devil. Have you read this book?
I heard of it.
Yeah, it says a lot of people are drifters. And that's the thing, that I'm not a drifter. So even when I always know something about the moment. I got some idea about about what's going on at the moment. When I'm saying something, I got an idea about how I could have been quiet. Long time ago, we used to have a podcast. I used to try to push you to say more because I felt like I was talking too much. And nowadays, I still talk too much, more or less. I can say nothing, but if I don't say anything, this episode might come to an end fast.
We can just play music.
I thought as I was speaking, I was thinking like, is that what they want from me? Is that what they want from me when they asked me to do the radio show, knowing I'm a musician? They didn't say that because I talk. They could have been like, yo, just play more music. I remember when I left New York, though, I did my last show in New York. I always mention this. I did my last show in New York. I was finished playing, and everybody in the audience stayed there, and they was like just looking at me. And I was like, it wasn't like church when they say, all right, oh man, and everybody just start getting up and getting it back. No, then nobody moved. They all kind of just kept sitting there. And I was like, why they all keep sitting there like that? Like they just kept sitting there. Like why everybody just keep sitting down? Like why ain't nobody get up? I don't get it. Why ain't nobody get up right now? Why everybody just kept sitting down? And so I said something. Somebody else said, I think somebody in the audience, like who was pretty close to the front, was just like, can you talk to us about your songs?
Wait.
And I was like, would y'all want me to perform more songs? I said, yeah, perform more songs, or could you just like talk to us about your lyrics? Just talk to us. And next thing I talked to him, and then everybody who was there, like it was probably like 30 people, they all stuck around afterwards. When we went outside, we was talking. I remember we all outside talking. It's a bit different from my last show with O'Henny, which was at the same venue. No, it wasn't. It was at the same area, same building, same company, same people, same that put it on. But O'Henny, me and O'Henny's, I was in the secret venue that they have. And
why are you talking about that
one? I did my solo one. I did it in the hotel. And after the me and O'Henny show, O'Henny, it was interesting because I can remember some things that happened. O'Henny was like, everybody, pull out your phones right now. Pull out your phones right now. So people kind of like, he really wants to do, yeah, pull out your phones right now. They already started pull out phones. Everybody pull out their phones and shit. And O'Henny says, all right, take a picture of us. And then people just like, all right, take a picture. So, man, take a picture. And he said, now post it on your social media with no caption. It's like, I wonder how many minutes, if everybody in the room actually did it. I don't understand what that will accomplish with no caption.
But I can see why he didn't say no. I can see why he said no caption either. Cause he yeah.
Why did he say no caption?
Cause he didn't want to come across pushy, and so when I think of O'Henny, I think of O'Henny as like kind of a prankster kind of. So I imagine O'Henny setting that. From what you've explained to me, I imagine him as kind of like, there's a part of him where he likes to not let anyone know what his next action is going to be. And so if you just asked everyone to take a picture of you, the most common artist thing would be like, hey, all right, just tag us and tell your friends to check us out. But nah, O'Henny says, just share it and don't put any caption. No one expected that. More people are likely to share it versus the people that would, then you'd have to type in the caption and then post it. But then again, I like I said, when I say that final part, it's biased because it doesn't actually prove what I said before anyway. It's not like,
okay, all right. And that explains why me and him had a GoFundMe campaign for that, and it raised Nothing. But my show, I had a GoFundMe campaign for Power Our Planet in my performance, and I raised a couple thousand. I had a hashtag Power Our Planet. It was on everything.
Well,
it was on everything.
That's as well. Like you actually did it. So like maybe that's the statement. That's the thing that maybe that's exactly what it is. They say something that they tell artists that one thing we learned in school. They're like, yo, you can't be afraid to ask people to pay you for your art. You're not gonna. They're like, you're never gonna make it if you don't. You actually have to. People aren't gonna just give you it. But that's kind of getting off topic. But that kind of aligns with what you said. You said you had a hashtag. You were showing people that like, yo, this is something. What this is for. This is kind of larger, not so much larger than life, but larger than my life specifically.
I really can't offer much explanation for it. I'm not. I can tell. That's the one. That's why probably why you don't know Henny, because the only thing I tell you is like what I tell you what he do. I might not go into excruciating detail about what I understood about it, what I understood about what he did, and I mean that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like that's what he did. He at that event. He asked everybody to take a picture. Okay, and we took it to two audiences. We look at the audiences. What's the difference? Well, the audience that was at me and O'Haney event, they were, if you want to say who had the most money, the audience that played for me and O'Haney had the most money by a long shot. Yep. There was that event, that secret event we had at the secret venue, it poured out. Yep. Different people already know was big time business people who I met and shit throughout the months being around there. And when people I met at the party, it was that event was even more high class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had free wine. We had like a cocktail party before it. It's different kind of event than the event that I did that they did for me in the front of the hotel was. I could say is that the people who came, it's probably the same amount of people at both events, but the people that came there, a lot of them actually knew me. It was much less people who didn't know me at all. It's people who knew me. One girl, I played drums in her band. The other girl, she was trying to record an album, and I connected her with Sid and helped her produce a couple songs before I left. Another girl who I met in the park while I was dating Mayan. And I think she kind of had a crush on me or something like that, maybe. And we kind of like stayed in contact. When I broke up with Mayan, she like messaged me. We was messages as friends, but like she like invited me to hang out or something like that. I think I couldn't come hang out with her, but I invited her to that show and told her that I was making a plan. She came there. She came there to say goodbye. Like there were the people who came to see me came to say goodbye. The people who came to see me and O'Henny came to see a show. Me and O'Henny also played at Pianos, a nice big indie venue, not so indie, but a lot of big names play there too. When a big name come to New York for a tour, like a not super big name, but like a pretty big name, they probably gonna play Pianos or somewhere in that neighborhood of the Lower East Side. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we played Pianos together. I remember that show. Those people, we were not the headliners. There was another girl. She was the headliner. We weren't the headliners. But we played right before her. And our show was really dope. I could say that mine went better because the music I played back then was more free. O'Henny's didn't go as good as mine because he played the track and had the band playing along with the track, and we practiced the songs together. But for some reason, you know, like when you're in the live venue and it gets off, so it got that little offbeat thing happen. What happened was we was vibing. But then once the music of the live band went down below the volume of the track, and you could hear that it was offbeat, it threw him off. And he was just like, you saw it. But with my music, it was all just the band, all just a live moment. O'Haney hopped on drums. O'Haney was able to hop on drums. Everything went off without a sitch. Played saxophone, did the Pasta song. I probably only did 2 songs, Pasta song and the one song that I got a song, Can't Waste Time Trying to Live You. It was I never do. You got so much fear in front of you. Now there's so many things that you'll never say, and so much more you'll never do. Because I made up one day, I hanging out with O'Henny and shit. I can't give a reason for everything that happens. I just know that there's a difference, and I'm not supposed to try to explain it to people. If they can see, if they're listening, they'll see. If they don't listen, they won't see it at all. Not everybody pays enough attention. Like you said something about the other day, you said, you realized that I had a higher music appreciation than you. When you said that to me, my response in my head, like talking to myself response, my talking it's like, duh, nigga. What you mean, yo? Like, duh. Like, come on. But at the end of the day, that's not to say that it's a definite thing that I have more music appreciation than you, appreciation for more music than you. It's just to me, why I would consider that as like, when you said that, I was like, well, you said it, but to me, I was like, that's kind of obvious though, right? Because like I play like saxophone and bass and drums and stuff, and I grew up in church, and it's like you, but we got different things and we hear things differently.
Probably gonna buy a bass.
Huh?
I was thinking about buying.
Word. I can't say that I have more music appreciation with you, and that's why it kind of almost one of those statements that should go without saying. So whether it is or not, you kind of don't even have to say it. Like it almost it's not necessarily the word redundant, but it's almost, when they say goes without saying, what does that mean? What does goes without saying mean? Goes without saying. I'm gonna say
that. We knew that already.
No, you could suppose it. I ain't even had to type it in. As soon as I type goes and W, it Google's like goes without saying, right? Goes without saying. They Google like, as soon as I type goes and W, maybe Google be listening too.
Man, I got so many lyrics from this podcast.
Google says it's used. Now they said used to mean. Now are they saying it used to mean? Or they saying it's used to mean?
It's used to mean.
But they don't say it's used to mean. It says used to mean. Now, used to mean something that is obvious. Of course, it goes without saying that you'll be paid for extra hours of work. Let's see what else. What else they say here? It says something so obvious that it does not need to be said or explained. But these are all okay, that's the better thing to say of it. They don't have to say all those. They said too many words to define it. I usually look for the more esoteric, short definition that has a meaning of its own. Self-evident. That means kind of like self-evident is not the same as, it's not exactly the same as saying goes without saying. Goes without saying kind of be like you'd be like, the sun's going to go down. Yeah, the sun goes down. As the sun goes down at 6. Yeah, because the sun going to go down around 6:30. Yeah, that goes without saying. It's not self-evident though.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But I feel like it's something I feel like it's the terms normally used more for things that are within human control, but it's just a normal habit. So that goes out versus things that happen traditionally outside of our control. So I feel like it's I hear it in a situation where someone's like, yeah, but are we still gonna stop and pick up the weed? Man, that goes without saying, yo. I feel like it's more like, whereas like, is the sun still gonna set?
No. That goes without saying, not saying self-evident. different though. I'm not really worried about goes without saying. I'm talking about self-evident more or less. That's like saying, "Duh, nigga."
All right. I see what you're saying.
Duh, nigga. Say less. That's one thing. Self-evident. What I kind of realize is like, it's like, okay, it's just like it's like if you were in a courtroom, you have evidence, right? And if the judge, if somebody would, the lawyer would say like, this is all self-evident, that means kind of everybody can look into their self and know that, have evidence of what the hell's going on. They don't need to say, we don't got to say nothing to each other. It does go without saying, but it doesn't not, it's not the same as just merely goes without saying. That's
all right. So I'm gonna use a line. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
We hold these truths. We all hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. That means without us having it, he didn't say it goes without saying all men are created. It's not the same thing. It can mean the same thing, but I only talk about a certain type of definition of something. Just like when we talk about MC. When I talk about what's an MC, I understand that it means master of ceremonies, blah, 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 blah. That's what everybody say everywhere, master of ceremony. They keep saying, oh, hey, master of ceremonies, master of ceremony. Even though sometimes some people spell it E-M-C-E-E, it still means master of ceremonies. You know what I'm saying? If you spell it E-M-C-E-E, does it still mean master of ceremonies?
Not particularly. It means EMC.
What's particularly? What the hell is that? Particularly.
Not specifically.
Specifically?
No, when they say EMC, they really mean MC. When they say M, like whenever you only see EMC when it's referring to hip hop. And in fact, you only see EMC when it's referring to ciphers or rap. You don't really see
no. You giving the same definition that all the other rappers give, man. Whenever they ask him that in the interview, they all talk about. You're not really looking at it. But I'm not talking.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. So no, I get what you're saying, but
a master of ceremonies is literally saying like, oh, I have a wedding, and there's a guy who's going to come up and say, "Greetings, everyone. Come think." Oh, there's a concert.
I know what that is.
Well, that's also called a host. That's also, that person can be called simply a public speaker, a TV personality. These people who get on the microphone and say, hey, everyone, thank you for coming out. May everyone please. A preacher on Sunday morning at church stands up and says, turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, oh neighbor, I got to, everybody do it. Clap your hands. Everybody stand up. Say, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Is he MC?
No.
Is he a master of ceremonies?
He is
technically
in the not an EMC.
No, don't try to make that distinction. They're the same thing. It's just some people want to spell it out. Just like the word, the letter M starts with an E, right?
It does?
M. It's not called
M. It does. Wow.
Come on, yo. Faster. The letter M starts with an E. So I understand why they would spell it M-E-M-C-E-E. Okay. It still means the letter M and C, which they say means master of ceremonies. But when I say MC, I'm not talking about merely a master of ceremonies. What I'm talking about is the power to control, to influence a group of people. Like when you in the military, there's a guy who says left, right, left, attend hut, forward, march, parade, rest. And marching man, we call that nigga a drum major. He ain't playing drums. Is he an MC? If this was a ceremony we were having and he still did all these things, does he become an MC? Not exactly. What we're talking about, what I'm really talking about is however it goes to be so, whether there's the military or a church or whatever, these people who exercise the ability to influence large groups of people. And in most cases, they can't even get up and just say whatever they want to say because it influences so many people. People go to jail for inciting a riot. Is a person who incites a riot an MC? Are they?
Yeah. According to
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say a person who starts a riot is an MC.
I'm not saying that they're.
What I'm saying
I'm not saying that you said they're an MC. I'm saying that is the power of an MC.
To the definition, the power of the power.
I didn't mean that. So what I meant is that person cites a riot. They're using the power of an MC. They're using the power. That's why when you're saying this, I'm kind of like, I get what you're saying, but I feel like
it can't be further simplified. It can't be further explained in any other way. And so every time you try to say something outside and you try to explain it, that's why I keep asking. I only asked a bunch of questions. I don't even say, like, as a person who incites a riot, are they an MC? I only think about it. I only look within myself to find the parts that are self-evident. I don't have to say it. Within myself, I can look and see, like, well, a person who incites a riot, if they just started, if instead of like telling everybody to like fuck the club up, if they just like told everybody to like recycle or to clap their hands or to say, yeah, ooh, nah. Make some noise. These people who stand up and say that in front of people, these people who may be a professional MC, and that's what they do. They are the guy who's going to tell everybody what's going on. They can stand, they're a public speaker. The whole thing about it is that there's certain people who have been put in these positions where they have influences over large groups of people. Some people like that become politicians. Some of them, not all of them. Not all politicians could stand up and be like, and be an MC, or be like, what's the name? But then when it comes to the music part, the music element, because everybody always try to make about the MC is more lyrical. His words really mean something. Da, 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 da. What I'm really talking about is like the movie that I talked about, The Darkest Minds. The oranges were the ones who could look at people and change their minds. They could even change somebody's heart. They didn't want to do that. That was the scariest thing, is that they could change a person's heart. They could make a person not love them. The girl made her parents not love her, not even know who she was anymore. And that's the whole thing about it. And that's the power of it. It's deeper than we can even explain. And that's why I only say the part that sets it up. The remainder is self-evident. It's a truth that is self-evident that there's some people who just got that thing and they do that. That's what they do. They can move crowds of people, and that's it. I would say that's the significance of being an MC. And I would say that I'm not going to say whether it's better for it to be direct or not. Whether it's better for them to just get up there and say everything that they think needs to be said. Some niggas get murked for that. So it's about being, and then the Trojan horse element of it is to try to be sneaky about it. So more or less, you try to change the whole world, but you kind of pretend that you're not. But
yeah, that is that. Yeah, the vibes that come in only at night, dog. Feel me though.
Nighttime swagger, patience is the word of the year. That's a virtue. See my ass every day. That's yeah, you gotta work, bro. Sis, you gotta work so you can have something like
Get respect over fame any day. Plans innovate, different levels shit. You making many plays. In many ways I made the ways you jealous in your ways. Jigga told you that's a female trait. You act like does a ray. If rocket science made you a genius, you probably make the G list. You the type to sell your soul just to only make it C list. See, this is the reason why we different.
I work my ass off every day, even if it looks seamless. I gave a nigga talent and I made it a skill. Millionaire by default, I put the ice in my grill. Gratitude my superpower, these cowards want me to chill. Ancestors in my blood with an empire to build. So what it here for? Knowledge is power, I need the info. Quarantine is shit, I found a way to make the dough endo. COVID or not, I'm about to blow up like crescendo. Top floor at the Burj Khalifa, staring at my window.
Staring at my window, thinking about what the world comes to. A nigga gotta change his ways. Even if you like it, take it to the top. Cause you ain't fucking with the real niggas. Yeah, now dog, you gotta deal with us. I bet it on myself and bet it all again. Real niggas ain't gotta pretend.
Either grind and get your ass left.
Real niggas ain't gotta pretend.
Do you hear me or you half deaf?
Real niggas ain't gotta pretend. I made it twist the ball like that. Real niggas ain't gotta pretend. Never have to. Real niggas ain't gotta pretend.
My back's against the wall with a whole brick megalith. Mix the green with the white, my paper's xenophobic. I can't find what I was looking for. I think I might be in the wrong store, but the customer's always right. I don't see any inside. When I'm on a block, what you think we do? There's a very slim chance I'm coming home to you. But what else I'm gonna do with an empty stomach and the rinse do? I'm shining in the summer, watching the throne just like a prince do. Give me a clue, but you steady throwing hints. Sometimes things crumble to the point of no return. As far as the grand scheme is concerned, whether we live or we learn, we're still gonna burn. I understand that this lecture paints a grim picture. You wouldn't listen anyway, there's something wrong with you. I got beef in the streets, I put ice on my grill. My hate is cold-blooded, so they want me to chill. Misery loves company, I'm minding my business. I don't care to witness how much you gonna miss this. Time flies when you're having fun, and I'm so bored on this bus trip. Looking for more on this bus tour. Who you think I really fucks with? Real niggas ain't gotta pretend.
Word.
Yeah.
So you say real niggas don't have to pretend. They don't have to pretend that they don't have to pretend that they not that they not that they not yada mean. They don't have to pretend that they like they not about that life. Like, yeah, they don't have to pretend. Yeah, that song. That's Pretend by Mo Ega and Footfight. Live on Spotify and others starting on June 9th. People are going to Shazam that one, so that's going to be something you can Shazam up. You hear that somewhere, but Shazam that up right quick. Like, what's this? Sound like something. Sound like a song you missed. I know you don't ever play no music on a podcast. Not once, right?
Cause what you play? You have your
Oh, I told you already. My computer is plugged into my Scarlett, so my microphone out goes into my instrument in, and that's how I'm able to play the music directly into the broadcast.
All right. So your computer's plugged in your Scarlett, and your microphone out goes in your microphone in.
Wait, don't even say all that. You said my computer. You just said two sentences that mean the same thing technically, but you said one that was correct, and the other one was just a thing that you said to say something else, but you didn't have to say that part. The only thing that's happening, of course, my Scarlett is plugged into my computer through the USB. That's a given. That goes without saying. The only thing that doesn't go without saying that I said was that I have my computer's audio out into my Scarlett's instrument in.
Okay.
And that's why you can hear my computer live into the broadcast. That's it.
So you need a special cord to do that.
A special cord, like an auxiliary cable.
Yeah, auxiliary.
With an adapter maybe that fits into the, what's the name? Which you got one probably that's connected from your headphones to your Scarlett right now.
Right.
You just need to buy another one.
I have like 3 or 4.
You probably do have one. So then that's all in an auxiliary cable.
Yeah, I would just need to buy an auxiliary cable. All right, next time.
Huh?
In the episode then.
What'd you say?
Next time around, I'll be able to play music then in the episode.
Word.
I'll stop by the store and get hooked up with that.
Yeah, it's pretty good good move. I just figured out how to do it one day. I was just like, all right, I ordered another device. I didn't really need that other device. I thought I did. All you need is a best. I thought
you said it got canceled anyway.
It got canceled. Exactly. But I didn't need that other device anyway. If I had the other device, the only thing that would be different right now is that the sound that's going into the sound that I will be sending into the broadcast would be what the word is gauged, which the sound that I'm sending in now, it still sounds pretty. I listen to it playback. It sounds pretty clear, but I'm also not monitoring the broadcast. What I hear, right? I guess I do hear exactly what they hear, except I have a direct. I don't hear because I'm only listening through direct monitor. I can't hear exactly what's being broadcast because through the direct monitor, somehow it's different. Like if I turned it off right now, like I can't hear myself at all, because the Scarlett is giving me sound. I can't explain it. All I can say is that if I turn off the direct monitor button, I don't hear nothing. You'll still hear me though, and I can still play music into the system, but I won't even hear the music, right? Nope, I won't even hear it. So that's why I know that I'm not listening to the sound at the same quality. I'm not able to monitor what's going into the broadcast. That's why I had to do sound check by going on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, I don't hear you at all. So whatever you're saying it's like not going into the system at all. I can't explain why, but I just saw your mouth moving, but I didn't hear no sound. So I don't know what you changed on your end. Maybe you tried to change. Maybe you were attempting to change something.
I didn't change anything.
Oh, well, I saw your mouth moving, but I ain't hear nothing.
You can hear me now though?
Yeah, I can.
I said I watched. I listened to the Obama thing and I watched the Fountain.
The Fountain. Oh yeah, what you think about the Fountain?
It was interesting. I wasn't. So from what I see, the guy. He was the story was I don't know when specifically where the story started. I think the story started after his wife had already died, and then he was remembering. But he I feel like her.
You're looking at my face. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Her book kind of like the life he was having in his experience with her.
You're breaking up because I think that's not what I was asking about per se. like not exactly a summary of the film. I more or less wanted. The reason why I even mentioned it to you when I first watched it to share with you is because I guess I was hoping that you would observe like and mention it mainly philosophically. Because like a lot of people will get caught up in the timeline of the show and of the film, and it has a cult following, but it's about viewing it from a certain perspective. Now, some little context about what I'm talking about is the fact that Darren Aronofsky is the host. Is the director and writer and creator. Darren Aronofsky has a few films. One is Requiem for a Dream. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it.
Okay, Requiem for a Dream is a movie about the blissful situation that comes from drugs, but it also shows the troubles of overindulgence. It's about the bliss that can come from doing drugs, but it also talks about the downside of the obsession with doing drugs. And he has another film. What's the other one? Another film, I think it's called Swan Lake. What's about this ballet dancer? She wants to do the perfect performance, and she's obsessed with perfecting herself. And so, as you can see from this movie, the main thing that he wants you to kind of pay attention to is the obsession and human mortality. He wants you to look at the fact that there's this man. He tells this story by showing you a man who lives in 3 different eras somehow. So we don't know how he got to these eras, whether he really exists there, whether he's in the one place and his mind can just go, he can dream about these other 2 lives or whatever. But either way, there's a guy who supposedly exists floating through space on a dying star. And simultaneously to him being there, he has recollections of a man who is a research scientist, a researcher, researching medicine and medical procedures that might save his wife from a terminal illness, which is a tumor in her brain. So he's obsessed with saving his wife, so much so that he doesn't even want to spend time with her. He wants to focus on his work. He wants to focus on figuring out how to save her.
Right.
She's like, just be with me, because she has already accepted her own mortality. She's accepted things she's let go already. She just wants to be happy and be with him. But he wants to be happy and be with her, and that's what he's obsessed about. He didn't let go, though. He's still holding on to the fact that he wants to be with her, so he's trying to keep her around, keep her alive. He's trying to defeat death.
And
at the same time as he's working on this research, his wife in her dying days, she used this opportunity to write a book that she didn't even tell him about. And she's not finished with the book. The book hasn't been completed. And she leaves the task up to him to decide how is it going to finish. You finish it. She gives him the book to read. He's like, you want me to read? It's not even done. Read the book. He reads the book. Automatically, his mind goes to another realm, in which how it shows how the mind can travel in time and space instantly. It doesn't have to. So he's in these eras simultaneously. Now he's a conquistador, given orders by the queen to go and find the tree that grows pretty much like the tree that is the fountain of life, the tree of life. And in order to find this tree, he has to go on a mission that's pretty much a suicide mission. And he has to not fear death. So he was daring enough to take on all those soldiers, and he got there. They took him up to that place. So he makes it to the place. And there's one last guy to get by. There's one last guy. Boom, stabs him, hits him with the fire. The guy says, as right before he hits him, he says, death is the beginning of all. Death is the road to all. Boom. He feared death. So, boom, you get killed again. But when he decided to finish the story, he finished the story once he finally conquered his fear of death in some way. But that was after his wife died. And that was the only thing he felt like to live for. So once his wife died, he was able to let go.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time he could let go, once she had to die. He lost everything already. And so he was able to let go. So the guy didn't kill him. And the guy was like, no, you kill me. So he killed him. He goes to the tree. He drinks the sap of the tree. And he dies. But as new life springs from his body. And the thing that they're trying to say, they want people to look and take a look at life and take a look at the fact that, yeah, life is short and it can exist in all these realms at the same time. It is connecting all the different ancient philosophies, Eastern philosophy, Mayan philosophy. These different cosmologies all come together into one. And at the end of the movie, the guy plants the seed over his wife's grave. And the star dies. And it just explodes. So either way, it all just gonna explode into this. And like I said, death is the road to awe. Awe. Like, yes, it's only awe. And that's all there is. It doesn't make sense to get obsessed with any part of this life because it's all temporal. Only the death, only the awe is eternal. And so it's just like trying to show you that you should enjoy the moment. But it's not so much getting wrapped up in the actual timeline of the movie. It's just looking at the thing that they want you to see is about mortality and these philosophies. I think more or less I don't know if I cut you off. I feel like I did cut you off when you were saying it because I did it with my face. And so you saw my face and you responded to it, and then that opened the door for me to say that. Because when I asked you about the movie, what you say first?
I was just mentioning, I've noticed there's something, man. I'm working on. I have something where I suspend my own judgment, even when I actually feel I know that I'm right, and I'll let someone go until they realize maybe that they're not wrong, or until I realize that, like, oh, I was always right. I need to say, but I'm sometimes in my, because I was saying when I started mentioning to you, everything you said just now, I picked that up too. I started to say the time thing because in my head I was like trying to be like, all right, what does he want me? And I feel like I was not really speaking. And then
you weren't really speaking. Is that why I responded that? Because I don't know why I responded that way. What you got?
Silence is golden. We were on a podcast. I was
What you got? So let's start over. So you watched two movies. What was the other one? Didn't you say you watched two films? Are you there?
Listen to the Obama.
Oh, you listen to Obama. What you get from Obama? Are you frozen? Huh? I can't hear you. You have no sound.
You know, not at all.
No, you got to hold the microphone up to your mouth like you really want to speak. When you hold it like that, you tapping. I don't hear none of that. I heard you say at all, but you got to speak like you want to speak, I guess. I don't know. You tap, I heard nothing, but you said at all. I heard that. I hear nothing.
Yo, test.
Just
test.
talk like that. Talk just like that. Whatever
Test.
you're doing right now. Yeah.
That's because I turned the phantom power on, but that doesn't make sense. This mic doesn't need phantom power.
Don't worry about that. Just talk how it is right now. Let's go. What you get from Obama?
Got
nothing. I hear nothing now.
You don't hear me at all?
Because it's a dynamic microphone. You have to speak above a certain threshold or the noise gate is going to cut you out. It's natural. So
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
That's weird. Okay. All right. I'm going to just turn the thing up, yo. It's annoying. All right. So I was saying that the Obama thing reminded me of the MC conversation we just had. It vaguely reminds me and touches on points of the Obama conversation was all about maintaining the individuality, but also the collectiveness of the American story and how to get back to that identity, and knowing that a part of the core American identity is being divided. And so how to live your truth and weave to a non-divided. And so when I say that, in a sense, it was the MC thing. I'm saying that as you can take inspiration from that, but that's really he was talking about making your I used to get leaving your legacy. That's kind of what him and Bruce Springsteen were talking about, and they were talking about it inextricably, how it's inextricably related to race within America.
Mm-hmm. Word. I didn't listen to it much. I got too much. I'm not a gamer. And I'm not a person who can absorb certain types of information like that. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about I can't listen to a podcast. I listen to plenty of podcasts. For some reason, there's too many things to listen to. There's too many things to watch. There's too many things to read. There's too many things to learn. I could write a book. I could read a book. I could watch a movie. I could make a movie. I could listen to music. I could make music. That's 24 hours in a day. Sometimes I got like 20 minutes. I could listen to this Obama thing, but then it's going to make me think. And then I'll probably start writing. And then I'll probably be like, let me make a song. Then I got to eat lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Now I gotta go to the bathroom. Got to brush my teeth. I got to take a shower. That come out. Maybe I just want to play music on YouTube and play guitar to it. And then I want to watch something on Netflix. New season of Kim's Convenience comes out. I fucking love Kim's Convenience. I'm connected to the characters so much until when they get angry. When they get angry, I feel it. I'm mad. When they get happy, I'm glad. That show. I'm very connected to that show. The creators of that show. I don't know if they know that's the effect it has on people. I'm extremely connected to that show. Some shows I can watch and I just watch and I'm like a third party observer. But with that one, man, I am in it.
I feel connected to Master of None.
I'm not as connected. Oh, I'm not as connected to Master of None as I am to Kim's Convenience. Master of None, the whole thing about the last season about it is that it's not about Dev anymore. And then I used to be connected to it big time. But I never got mad when they got. I'm not emotionally connected to it. I'm connected to the storyline. I'm more intellectually connected to it. I can learn from that. I can like study and observe these people's lives. But Kim's Convenience, I feel like I'm there. I think that there's something about Toronto. I realized that like maybe that's the thing that Drake has and why Drake is successful in The Weeknd and Justin Bieber. That's why they're successful, because somehow you listen to their music, they're people up there, maybe they got some type of openness or something about them that they're empathic, and maybe they're like the oranges in that movie. Maybe their emotions could spread through their work immediately, like spread. Like I can listen to like what KRS-One rap and talk. He don't make me feel now. I was at the album, I saw him in person. He was talking just like he be talking on YouTube. He was right there in front of me, and I walked right past him, and everybody he was with looked at me. Everybody he was with, I ain't see him look at me, but everybody kind of looked at me like, "Who's this young man?" They all looked at me like, "Who's this? Who's this young man?" This young man looked like, I don't know, they just looked at me like, young man, like I could have shook all their hands. I wasn't drawn to it. Yeah, so we gotta end the stream real quick. I need to go to the grocery store. So we gotta, I give us like 5 more minutes. I gotta go to the grocery store and grab something to cook for dinner.
Oh, is Tom on our way back?
That is true.
Word.
But yes, so yeah, man, I came out, I was talking about. But yeah, so I'm connected to Kim Convenience, connected to different shows and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but there's not enough time in the day for me to go through all the different things. And a gamer type person would just do the one activity all day. And the one activity can like maybe they play games all day and they sit in front of the computer, they play games. Sometimes I don't want to see the TV, but I haven't been doing a lot of reading books. Yesterday I wrote my book. I got one book where I write kind of like it's like a memoir type of book, more than a songwriting book, even though most of the times that just becomes songs anyway. But when I write it in that book, it's like a memoir thing. And I just wrote this whole little thing, and then I was like, okay, I wrote in the book, like, oh, so because I'm writing today, it's less likely that I'll write tomorrow. And then I spent half the day watching Kim's Convenience and other half writing down my own lyrics, in which case every single song I made a mistake. Every single song I made a mistake. So when I was syncing the lyrics up and I was looking, I was like, each song got like one line wrong. Like, oh, I forgot what I said right there. All right. I didn't say that. And I didn't change it. I left it. The one song that I only typed one song, all of my typed on my phone. Third Rock, I typed that a long time ago on there, and I didn't finish typing. I was typing on the computer. I was gonna finish it on my phone probably later, but I did like 5 other songs today. Just wrote down all the lyrics, boom, all of them in my phone. But each one I have a small mistake, like I switched this for that. One of them I switched up the whole rhyme. I just switched this whole one line, but I didn't fix it. I was just like, someone was just like, do I want to fix it? And I was just like, I don't know why I don't want to go fix it right now. I can fix it later. I got plenty of time to fix it. That's why I tell myself I got plenty of time to fix it. And I'm not going to write all the songs today. I'll just do like 5 or 6 of them, and I can do like 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 tomorrow. If I do 5 per day in 3 days, I'll have wrote down all the song lyrics. It's not that exhausting. I'm in a weird place as far as that's concerned. I just keep going through the process. Just keep going through the process, live and learn, and grow. Okay, so let's play one more bit of music as we're ending this show. Bring this episode to a close.
What's the next single dropping? When's the next single dropping, or is there not another one?
I played the whole single today. It drops June 9th with Mo Ager.
Right. I'm thinking by yourself. Do you have anything else from
June 11th?
What's June 11th?
Stanford Reed drops us. Boy Hornet Swag remix.
Right.
Let's see.
I did Ganyo this morning.
Huh?
I did Ganyo this morning.
Yeah, I did Ganyo. That's something I'm moderately consistent. This song.
I gotta do it on the slow. Still working on my pronunciation.
No, I realized with that, even I do it every day. I can do it pretty fast. I even knew the whole thing about heart for a long time. But when I do it now, I realize that there's some pronunciations that I say them wrong when I say it fast. I know that I'm saying this word wrong. I know, and I miss it. I miss certain ones. Every day it gets a little better. I don't do it solo. No, I don't do it slow. I want to do it fast, like the speed that we do it at SGI. Because when we do Ganyo, when it's actually Ganyo, nobody does it slow, unless they have the specific meeting for a slow Ganyo. Like they'll have like a Ganyo practice meeting where you go there with all people who are like newer, and then there's somebody who's going to help you with the pronunciation. Maybe they'll go over every line with you one by one, and then you do the whole thing at a slow speed. But I feel like that slow speed just helps you get the pronunciations, but it changes once you do it fast in the room with everybody else. It becomes something else again. And then you don't want to be reading the words too much. Like you look at the Gohonzon the whole time. So I can't explain it. Somehow you automatically learn it. And if you do it slow, it doesn't have the rhythm that it's supposed to have. And so when you go fast, you still have to learn it fast again. So that's why I don't do it slow.
Word.
All right, so I feel like this is a good time to wrap up, because I gotta go to the store, grab some vittles, and prepare something chill for dinner.
All right, yo.
All right, y'all. I'll catch you on the flip. We can probably do some streaming tomorrow afternoon or something like that.
Wait, did you send something to Hanoi Community Radio, or you still want me to send? I still need to send something to.
I didn't. I would have to download it, because I don't.
I was just asking. I'm almost done editing. I'll send it to her tonight.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's no actual rush on that, because like I said, I do 1 or 2 episodes per month, and they got like one in reserve, I think, right now. But I think it's not the best one. But
the reason I didn't want to
is really good.
The reason I didn't want to send the one I'm working on now is because that one is actually the second part of the one we last used. So it's the same episode. It's just the second. It's the past the hour. That one was actually 2 hours. So I didn't want to just send the second part of it. Like, we didn't really change anything, but I can if you want. That'd be cool, like a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's I try to do a little bit more music. I think they want a little bit more music. Sometimes I get a lot into the when I do it by myself, it ain't no talking. It's none. I might say a few words here and there. All right, y'all, I gotta run though, because I got class in 15 minutes too.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace, bro.